number again?
Oh, it's 516-387-1224.
Wait, 516-387-1224.
1224. Yeah. What's popping, people? We live right now. What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, everybody? What's good? What's good? So, guys, today we're talking about, dealing with women who actually have high interest in you, and to stop dealing with the women who are out here that's going to play a bunch of games, who's going to be wishy-washy, who's kind of like, they're like, whatever, like, I'll see him if I'm bored. If they have that type of energy, don't deal with them. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me shout out to everybody in the chat real quick. Shout out to April MC in the building. Unique 79 was popping. Fernando was good. Trinity was popping. What's going on? Gregory was popping. AT was good. Nez is in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? So what's good, guys? With John and Steve, what's going on with y'all? How's everybody?
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Doing good. That's what's up. So I want to get y'all thoughts on this real quick. And guys, the caller number is there. 516-387-1224. Donation rules are still in effect. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys hit the link at the top, send a donation, and then call in. You feel what I'm saying? But have you guys been in? I'm sure you have, because I think all of us have been in these situations. But I guess tell us like times where you've been with women where you could sort of tell, or what's some signs that tell you that she's not really that into you. She's just kind of using you for attention at this point. She's just there for the time being, and it's gonna be like a struggle trying to make something happen with this woman. What's your thoughts on that?
You go, Bulldog.
All right. I was gonna say, that it's basically what it comes down to is self-respect, right? It's like you should, as a man, not want to be with someone who doesn't want to be with you,
right?
And that's the problem. Is like, and you can sense that pretty quickly, because the power is always shifted to the person who is more in it, right? And so
right.
if you're more in it than she is, there's no way that you're going to have power in that relationship. You're going to be completely at her mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And so so that's how you can see it, is when you feel like you would do a lot more, that you're moving your schedule around, you're doing things, you're making time, and she's not. And so and once you detect that, you gotta cut loose, because if you don't, then you're going to be put in this. It's never going to get better. It's never going to change unless you're willing to kick her to the curb. If you're willing to kick her to the curb, then then it's possible things could change. But if you're not willing to do that, then you're just showing that you don't have respect for her, because she knows that you're clinging, that you're hanging around, right? Because if you treat someone, and not necessarily poorly, but if you don't treat them well, and then they're still there, right, then you have a low opinion of that person,
right?
So,
facts. Yeah. Real talk. So Steve, what's your thoughts on that? Man?
For me, I always make sure that when I talk to a woman, that I tell her, I never have women friends, so I don't even know what that is. So I'm drama free. The thing that I usually get from women is that they will walk on eggshells, so to speak, as far as the relation. Like, see, when they're dealing with, a lot of women deal with a man, they don't know the rules of a man. They think that we operate under the same umbrella as the average guy.
Right.
And a lot of women are afraid, the ones I deal with, they're afraid of being who they are, or let themselves go, because they lose control. When a woman deals with a man, she knows she has to give up that control. And sometimes by giving up the control or trying to take the control, they lose control.
Right.
And sometimes they don't like to be that person. They always are. They're so used to narrating all their relationships that they've never been in a situation where they're with somebody that's running the whole goddamn show. So that's the kind of thing I get, just to walk on eggshells. Like, they know that, okay, well, I got one foot in the door, but I know if I don't put both feet in, I'm gonna lose this guy, because he doesn't play around. He's just not about wasting time. I'm not a friend. I can never be his friend. So that's what I would usually get, the woman that walks on eggshells because she begins to lose herself in the relationship.
Right. Now that's interesting. And like, I think what happens is a lot of times we're taught, like a lot of us guys are taught to keep trying. Like you're like, well, don't give up too easy. Like hit her up again. Maybe she's busy. Like we get all these messages from society and stuff telling us, yo, you got to keep on pushing, even through a lot of television shows, movies. Like if you watch something like The Notebook, Ryan Gosling's character is just like freaking stalking this woman throughout the whole movie until he wears her down. You know what I'm saying? And so, but what a lot of guys don't understand is that once you start dealing with more women, right, you're going to start to see women who actually have high interest in you, who are really, really feeling you, who will not be on some stuff where they're trying to get you to jump through hoops, or they're not going to make it seem as if it's a struggle to make something happen with you. See, and my dude, Solid Scorpion, he said real quick, he said, Lucario, one time you mentioned in the vid that a woman flaked on you, so you deleted her number and she tried texting you twice after that, but you kept ignoring her text. Was this woman high interest or just looking for attention desperately? Well, I don't remember exactly which video I did that, because y'all be saying I'll be doing shit. But generally, yeah, if I'm supposed to go on a first date with a girl and she flakes, right, she's pretty much done. Forever. And there's only certain circumstances where this is just how I do it. And this is how I usually tell guys to do this. This is, is only certain circumstances where I'll entertain her again, but it's only just for like a one night stand or whatever. But generally, if I'm going on the first date with a woman and she flakes, what happens is usually she's flaking because there's another dude in the picture that came through, but she'll lie and act like it's something else. Oh, I got sick, I had to do homework, whatever the fuck it is, right? But what happens is that she's basically saying, hey, even though I made an appointment with you, there's something else more important or more interesting, whatever that may be, than you. So it's basically she's saying, forget you, I'm going to do this other thing. You see what I mean? And so my thing is, to me, I feel like that's disrespect, because we made a plan. You kicked me to the curb for something else. So basically you're saying, well, whatever the something else is, I see is more valuable than you. So if you're basically saying that, I'm like, well, why should I continue to even deal with you? You see what I mean? So that's one of the things right there. You know what I'm saying?
Kari, I always go in this thing, knowing that I bring more to the table than she knows even about. So like you said, if she messes up, you're absolutely right. You mess up on the first date or something like that, we're done. Right. But there is what I call Merciful King. I always talk about a candle in the window. Right. Always, even though I cut her off, I will put so to speak, a candle in the window and let her know that, when you want to come back. But I'm not bugging. I'm not going to beg you. I'm good, because I can meet millions of you in any shape, any color, any religion, any political affiliation. I can meet 1,000,001 of you, but you'll never meet one of me. So I don't need you. Now, you can do what you want to do, and I'm not mad. I don't like if you don't show up on a date and we set up, or you playing games, I don't get mad. I'll let you go, because I don't waste. My time is just too valuable to me to sit around and pander and beg for your attention and shit.
Right, facts. And let me let you guys know. I see 2 calls in the queue. Each of them are 1111111 numbers, but I still don't see a donation in the inbox. So that means that it donated. So for you 111 numbers, I'm gonna hang up on you right now. Donate and then call back. Okay, so we'll make that happen. So if you want to troll, you got to pay to troll, even if you want to troll. So let's get that clear. You got to donate. You got to donate to the cause. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys get the likes up. You feel what I'm saying? And make that shit happen. Now, John, let me ask you specifically, because I know that, okay, because I think if you guys haven't seen John's transformation, man, because I've seen the old John pictures and I was like, wait a second. Yeah. I was like, is John trolling? That couldn't have been John. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you see how John transformed, and this is just like, and I'm sure not only physically, but your mindset has probably changed and all that other stuff. Yeah. Right? Have you seen a difference between back then and now, how women treat you, and has that opened your eyes to the way that women are sort of be duplicitous in how they treat certain guys? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah. Because you see, you're either the guy that that the girl is making fun of with another guy as she's looking through your texts, you know
Right.
what I mean? And you're, you know, or her Tinder matches, or you're the guy that's sitting there with her going through it and laughing at these other dudes. And
Right.
that's how it comes down. And it's, you know, I think a big part of it too is just that what ends up happening is that you end up having more high interest, right? It's like, I think a lot of guys think that they can just, you know, have be good looking or have transformation and that they don't need game, which is not true at all. The difference comes down to things like, you know, last minute resistance. You don't have as much of that. You have higher interest, right? You
Mm.
have all of these things that happen. But yeah, definitely a huge difference in that area. And you can, and again, it comes down to, I mean, even just, you know, being on the other end of it now, it's like, well, why are girls so flaky? Well, because it's the same thing that you do when you have a lot of options. As you look
Mhm.
and you're like, okay, well, I don't want to make firm plans because I want to leave this option open, right, until the very last minute, and then you make the plan, right? Not that you should flake on people, but what I'm saying is that, like, you see that girls are doing the same thing. They're putting a priority. They're like, okay, well, you know, this guy is the top one, but
Mm.
then, you know, these guys are acceptable. And so you could really quickly identify where you sit in that hierarchy, right? If you're the top guy, she's gonna like do whatever she can
Mm.
to see you. She's not gonna have some kind of excuse, right? She's gonna
Right.
tell her mom that, you know, her sick mom, that you're gonna have to get someone else to take care of you and make you soup because I gotta
Right.
I have
Exactly.
something important, you know. So
Yeah.
That's real talk, and that's important for you guys to understand is that you want to have chicks show you respect in the sense that they are treating you like the top guy. So you want every woman you're dealing with to treat you like the top guy. So all you got to ask yourself is, in any situation you're dealing with women, you got to say to yourself, would she treat the top guy like this? So if you're dealing with a girl and you say, hey, let's go out Friday, and she says, cool. And then, you know, on Friday comes and you say, hey, we still on? And she's like, oh, well, you know, something came up. So I'm not, so you got to ask yourself, if she likes a guy a lot, would she do this? You understand what I'm saying? And the answer is no, she wouldn't. So basically what that's telling you is that she's not really feeling you like that. You understand what I'm saying? So she puts you on a lower priority than something else. Cause yeah, sometimes it's another guy. Other times it can just be some other thing. You understand? And it could be like, oh, her girlfriend called her and said, hey, come shopping with me today. You know what I'm saying? And now she's putting you on the back burner.
yeah.
Go shopping with her girlfriend. You see what I mean? And so you got to understand that dynamic. And also I'll say this too, and I want to get you guys opinion on this. What I've noticed too is that and you guys got to pay attention to what women are saying, because this will definitely tell you how they view you and how they feel about you, right? I remember there were times where I would set a date with a girl, right? And I always confirm on a day. So let's say I set a date with a girl on Saturday or something. Let's say I spoke to her on Tuesday, on Wednesday or something like that. And I say, hey, let's get together Saturday. She says, cool. Saturday 8 is good. We're going to meet here. Boom. Date is set, right? Saturday comes, I hit her up in the morning and I say, hey, what's up? How you doing? Are we still on for tonight at 8, right? This chick will say something to the effect of, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Or it slipped my mind, or, you know, something like that. So what that's saying is, and this is what women do, and a lot of them don't realize this, is that they tell on themselves based off of how they respond to you, right? So I remember I had this one girl, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, it slipped my mind. I forgot. And I'm in like, you know, I'm going uptown today to meet a friend or some shit, right? So basically she said a lot in that message. What she said is, hey, you're super forgettable. I forgot all about you. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm instead of actually coming to see you, right? And instead of not telling you that, because she could have, let's say she actually did forget, but she didn't have to tell me that. That's how low she thinks of you. She's like, yeah, I'm going to tell you I forgot about you. You feel what I'm saying? And so she could have forgotten, not said anything, and be like, oh yeah, hey, let's meet up, right? And just met up with me, right? But she's like, I forgot about you. And On top of that, I'm still not going to come see you. I'm going to do this other thing. You see what I'm saying? Now, most guys, they're not aware to see this and understand this because also she said, "Hey, can we do another day?" Right? So I didn't even respond to her. She was done. I'm like, we're finished, right? Most guys would try to do another day, but they don't realize how she disrespected them by saying that type of shit. You see what I mean? But what's you guys' thoughts on that, man? Like, what do you guys think about that shit? It's crazy.
I don't like the well. I mean you're right, definitely. Like you can read from the response of what she said. Obviously, like if she's telling you that she forgot about you, then that's pretty damn clear. Like of where you're sitting in the hierarchy. But I'll tell you, I don't really like the "are we still on?" I like more of like for tonight. I'm going to be in the area. You want me to come pick you up on the way or something, which she's going to say no to 90% of the time. But then you're asking a different question, or like, are you driving or are you Ubering over? It's kind of hard to park at this place, right? Anything that's going to like, because I feel like if you say like, are we still on? Then the problem is that you're giving her that out. Like it's making it a lot easier for her.
I want to give her that out. That's why I say I want to.
I see.
That's why, because I know what you're saying, because I used to do that too. The only thing with that is that because what I used to do is I used to indirectly say, I'd be like, hey, like I would say some shit like, hey, I'm gonna be 5 minutes late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the problem with that was that sometimes I do that and then the girl wouldn't respond. So now I don't know if she's coming or not. You see what I'm saying? So then I would show up and then she might not be there. And then, you know what I'm saying? So that's why that's why I stopped doing that. Like I used to do that type of stuff back in the day, but I need for her to say, yes, I'm coming to see you. So that I know that, you see what I mean? That's because it sucks how fickle the women are, where I literally need for them to type in a text or call me like, yo, I'm coming to see you, because they're just crazy with it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely see what you're saying too, where there's other ways you can still do it, but I just like that way because I know how slippery some women get when they do that type of weird stuff. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Because sometimes the other part of it too is it's like, I mean, there's in the case that you said where she tells you that she forgot about you, clearly that's it's saying a lot. But there's two other scenarios I think that a lot of guys don't realize. One is that she's on her rag,
Right.
And so that's why she doesn't want to meet up with you, is because she's looking to score that night, and she doesn't want to not. So that's why. So, but in that case, she's going to make other plans. And then the other one is that she's shy and she's nervous, and so you're kind of giving her an out. She's like, I'm not sure. I'm not looking my best right now. I need to lose 5 pounds. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes on psychologically. So I'd rather make it so that it's more like assuming the clothes to make it as easy as possible for her to do it rather than that. And then if she doesn't respond back, then my answer would be just don't show up. Because if someone doesn't respond back, I'm not showing up if you're not taking the time to respond back to a text.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that? I'll have Steve talking about his opinion on this too. But what's funny about that too was I remember it's so weird. I tell you, I tried a billion fucking things. I remember I did that once where I said to her, I said, hey, I'm gonna be about 5 minutes late. Because usually what happens is I would say that, and then the girl would be like, okay, cool, I'll see you there. So I'm like, okay, she coming, right?
Yeah.
Then I remember this one girl, I said, hey, I'm gonna be about 5 minutes late. She didn't respond. So I was like, you know what? I'm not fucking going. And then she calls me and she's like, hey, I'm here. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Look, it's always this like, and this is the thing I tell guys. There's never 100% chance a girl's going to show up ever. Even if she does confirm. Because sometimes I've said to girls, hey, are we still on? They say, yeah. I get there and they don't even fucking show up. And I'm like, God damn, these chicks is fucking flaky as shit. And so, but again, all of those things that we're talking about, guys, all of that is still just their actions are it's going to tell you how they feel. That's all it is. That's all you need to know. Because I get guys that hit me up all the time. They be like, hey, this girl, I was supposed to see her, and this is the 3rd time she flaked. What should I do? I'm like, bruh, she don't like you, man. Simple. You know what I'm saying? But Steve, what's your thoughts on all that, man?
2 things. The first thing is I always make sure that the women know that if they say no. I always say no means go find someone else who will. So she's automatically gonna know that she's the first choice, and there's always a second and third, number one. But the problem that most guys have is advertising. You know, most guys just say, "Hey, let's go out. Hey, is it okay if we do this and that?" But what I like to do is I like to advertise the experience with me. You know, I got a good idea. I was thinking about you, and you know what I want to do? I want to Friday night, 8 o'clock. I want you to put something sexy on, and we're gonna go to this place. We're gonna hang out. I'll make sure that I get close enough to you. Put a little bit of flavor in your ear. Don't wear any underwear, because the way I want to play with your pussy that night while we're spending time together, we're gonna have a great time. You know, so just let me know. Just let me know. That's it. I put it out there now. Now for her, the reason I do that is because if she says no, I'm just carbon copying that shit and going right to the next woman and letting her know. As I just go by. I don't care enough about it, but I want to give the woman the thought and the experience of what it's going to be like to be with me, versus just saying, "Oh, well, is it okay?" or "What are you doing?" and all this other stuff. Like, I mean, proving this. Like, I hate guys that try to prove themselves. So that's how I would do it, man.
Right. Guys, get them likes up. Get the likes up. Also, the calling number is 516-387-1224. I see the trolls are calling in, and I'm going to keep picking up on y'all. I'm just letting y'all know you're not getting in today. If you want to get in, send a donation. That's all you got to do. Send a donation. You can call up. We could, chop it up for 2 minutes, and then I'll hang up on you. You feel what I'm saying? That's how we're going to do it. So, you guys, that's the calling number. Also, make sure you guys get the likes. We got 187 people watching right now. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys hit that like button. You feel what I mean? So, what I want to ask you guys is, when you are like, what are some signs that you can tell these guys to look out for when a girl is interested in you, like actually has high interest and it's really trying to make something happen? And also to that, what do you think are some mistakes guys make when they don't realize this and sort of cut a chick off too easy? Like, they're like, "Oh, well, she didn't do this. I'm gonna just," because I'll admit I'm good for that. I fucking cut girls off really, really quick. That's what I'm saying. But what are some signs that a woman actually has a high interest, and what are some things that guys might be messing up on when they just sort of like cut it off too quick when they could have made something happen? Because like Steve, you were saying, you leave that candle out there so that she can come back. Yeah. So what are some other things that will show like high interest, and what should dudes look out for? You know what I'm saying?
High interest from a woman is a woman that's always going to keep you updated on everything that's going on. She's going to say to you, "Okay, well, I just want to let you know I just got off work. I'm going to go home. I'm going to take a shower. Get out of the shower. It's okay. I'm getting ready right now, and I'm about to leave, and I'm about to show up, and I look forward, and I can't wait to see you." And oh my God, I mean, that's when she's really looking forward to you. The problem with a lot of guys is they don't read between the lines. Sometimes a woman will say, life happens. I've had a lot of clients of mine sit around and say that, a woman says, "Well, I want to go out with you, but something came up." You know what I mean? And again, I don't know her life well enough, nor do I care enough if something came up, because I'm just moving on. But usually guys cut bait and throw her in the water. And that I always say that is my opportunity. When a woman says I can't, or can we reschedule, or I'm sorry, and all this other stuff, that's my opportunity. Says, "Oh, you got to make it up to me now."
Right.
And I got and not only do you have to make it up to me, how are you going to make it up to me? You know what? I love steak. I love side potatoes. I love this and that. And the next time you can, I expect the dinner. I expect you making a nice dinner. And again, telling her what I expect on her. Tell her what I want her to wear. Tell her what time I'm free at the evening time. I want you to do this now. And then at that point, if I get any kind of excuse from that point, I'm tossing your motherfucking ass back into the water, man.
Facts. It's 718 and 301. We're gonna get to y'all in a second, but John, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to tell in some ways because a lot of women don't really have very good game, and so sometimes they'll be trying to play it close to the cuff, right? To act. So if they have a high interest, sometimes they'll be trying to play it extremely cool. Right. Right. Because they're like, "I don't want to fuck this up with this guy. Right. I don't want to be like the last guy where I told him how much I was, infatuated with him too early, and then he lost interest." So some girls are doing that, and then some girls are being very direct, where they can't control themselves and they have to tell you all these things. And so, but so that's why I think also, like, I'm not a big fan of cutting loose. Like, well, here's how you can kind of test. This is probably the best way to test.
Right.
How does she react to something negative that you say? Because see, if you tell a girl, for instance, like you're not very photogenic, right?
Right.
You're real beautiful in person, but you're not very photogenic. I mean, you shouldn't just be straight up harsh, because that's not going to work too well. But let's say you're very beautiful in person, but you're not very photogenic. If she responds to that, you know, and she's like hurt by that, or she's like, you know, she's like, how she reacts to that is going to determine if she's still talking to you. If she's wanting to know why you say that or why you think that, she probably has high interest. If she doesn't have very high interest and you say that to a girl that doesn't have high interest or something along those lines, she's just going to not text you back ever. It's like, she's going to be done with you. She'll be like, who's this? Like, because that's a true color going to come out, because she views herself as higher value than you. So she's going to think that, who the fuck is this guy texting me this shit or insulting me or saying something, you know, like this, you know, and so I think that's a really good way to test it. But I'd say also, as far as like just the cutting loose, also, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for, but a lot of women won't develop a super high interest until after meeting you maybe one or two times. Whereas, you know, I think for us as guys, we might have a higher interest earlier on, because we're more of the visual nature. So a lot of times you can't. I'm not a huge fan of cutting loose. Like, I'm more of a fan of saying, okay, you know, of getting a harsh tone instead, right? So it's like, if she crosses the line, then because then you can just push it. You can say something like, hey, I don't like when people waste my time, or don't ever waste my time again, or, you know, or something like that. And then she might come right back and stop playing games at that point, right? Because if you call her out on it and she's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna lose this guy, and then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, you know, I'll let me put some clothes on now, I'll meet you there, or, you know, I'm not trying to flake on you, I have to do this thing, but tomorrow night, you know, wherever you want to go, I'll buy you a drink or whatever. You know, if she's acting like that, then you know, if you had just cut her loose, then you wouldn't, you're going to lose some of those. So I think it's a little bit better to just have your standard, and then just to be like, okay, you know, if you do something, then I'm gonna respond back as someone who's high value, who has other options, and call you out on your shit. Like, you do some shit, I'm gonna call you out and say, hey, did you just flake on me? Are you flaking on me? You know, that's not cool, or whatever, you know. And then it has the same effect as cutting loose, because if she really is seeing you, if she really doesn't have high interest, she's going to cut herself loose when you say something like that. She's going to be like, oh, fuck this guy. Right. But it's going to force her to the point where she has to decide, all right, is it worth, you know, dealing with this guy that's just insulted me or not? And so I like that approach a little bit better. Again, I mean, you could just cut them loose, but I think you're going to lose some of them that you shouldn't lose if you do that.
Right. That's interesting. Let's try to get some of these calls real quick. Remember, guys, donate and then call in. Let's go to 301 and then 718. All right, 301 was popping. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Lucario? What's up, Steve? On is it Bulldog Mindset? I'm sorry, I'm
Sir,
not sure.
John from Bulldog
how's it
Mindset.
going? This is Frank.
What's going on, man? Did you donate?
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. Did you donate?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the donation.
Yeah, I did
What's going
donate.
on?
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
All right, for sure. Appreciate the game, fellas. So I have a question, right? In terms of dating women with, I guess, meager interest, because like in a lot of times I go on dates, and you know, the women, they're kind of like wishy-washy, they're kind of like lukewarm, they're not really showing cooperation. For example, a couple weeks ago, I went on a date with this chick, and prior to the date, she had me like go on FaceTime, and like I FaceTimed her, you know, just to show her who I was. And I show up to the date, and I meet her, and I'm trying to give her a hug, and she's like, "Oh, no hugs." And I was like, "Handshake?" She's like, "Nah, fist bump." Like, she basically like turned me down. And the whole date was just kind of like mad boring. Like, it wasn't really. I felt like I was spilling teeth to a certain degree, and it's just one of those things where, like, in that type of situation, like, what do you do? Do you just like be like, you know what, this ain't really going nowhere, and just bounce?
Yes.
Because on the flip side of that, I've been in situations where there's just mad cooperation. Like the chick is cooperating heavy, like just laughing at my jokes. You know what I mean? Like smiling, like leaning in, all the vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side, like what do you do in that type of situation?
Man, see, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. Just like how you said, in certain situations, the chick is cooperating, everything is smooth, everything is awesome, everything is
Right.
on point. See, that needs to be like that needs to be the standard. So the girl who you went on a date with, where she's like, oh, no hugs and no none of that, that date should have been over
Right.
in 3 seconds. And the reason why I say it is this:
Word.
there's only so low that you can come down. Meaning, for example, if you're working a job and they were paying you $100,000 a year, right? And then let's say you stopped working it and you got to another job and they're like, okay, I'm making $100,000 a year. Then you go to a third job and then they're like, look, we can't pay you $100,000, but we could pay you $95,000. You understand what I'm saying? You're like, all right, I'll take it. But you're not going to go from $100,000 to $25,000. You understand what I'm saying? And so that girl that you was on a date with, she was $25,000 when you used to $100,000 treatment. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's the thing is that once you know that you can get that $100,000 treatment, why are you going to the $25,000 treatment? You understand what I'm saying? It don't make sense. And that's why you gotta sort of cut those chicks off at that point, because it's one thing if you're talking to a girl and she's, you know, she doesn't have to be all over you, but she can't necessarily be acting like she don't want to do nothing and she's repelled by it and she's just like, you see what I'm saying?
Mad standoffish.
Right,
like,
exactly.
I was like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? But like, I had to keep my cool. I wasn't trying to come off as an asshole, so I just kind of played it off.
Right.
You know, let everything like go down, and I just bounced.
Right.
So that's kind of been my dilemma. Like, yeah.
But yeah. So I wanted to get John and Steve's opinion.
Yeah.
On this. But go ahead, John and Steve.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I would say that if a girl does that, what you want to do is you want to make fun of her, right? So just start teasing her like a high school nerd. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't want to hug you, be like, what is this? Are you like in high school or something? Are you afraid I got cootie? You know what I mean? Like just start ragging her, just tease her, just be like, okay, you're weird. You're like fucking weird. All right, let's see how this goes. And then you have dinner with her or whatever, you're having a drink and she's not talking, she's not giving you anything. You're like, man, you're really fucking shy. Like you have like some kind of, just like, because you want to, anytime that like that happens, you want to call out passive aggressive behavior with direct aggression, right? So you start being directly aggressive because she's acting passively aggressive by doing this shit. So you just be like, so just call out everything that she's doing, and then that's going to force it to a head. Because maybe she's just stupid and playing some stupid game. Because women do, like, they think they have game and they do stupid shit because they think that somehow they listen to some fucking woman on YouTube that told them how to handle guys, and so that she may be doing some stupid shit like that. So because what is she doing? She FaceTime you. She came out for the date. Like obviously she has some level of interest. Right. So she's probably. It doesn't make any sense to me. So just laugh at her, just make fun of her, call her out on all the shit, and force it to a head. Because make her leave. Because she's either gonna break down and start being real, or she's gonna leave because she's gonna be tired of being made fun of, right? So you got to make it so that she has to make a decision, right? And that's like the common theme that I've been kind of pushing is like make her make a fucking decision, right? Mm-hmm. You do something that's gonna make her decide because you don't want to be in the situation of not knowing. And as soon as you do, for example, you said I don't want to be an asshole. Well, be an asshole because then you're gonna figure out what the fuck she wants, right? Because if you act like an asshole, right, and then she's still there. Okay, now you know that she's just playing some stupid game or something, but it's going to force her to a decision. You always got to force them to a decision. Right.
So, Steve, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Frank, you messed this up from Jump Street because you didn't lead, you didn't marinate, man. You do exactly what a lot of guys do. You just ride off the fact that she said yes and you happy like you won. You didn't let her know what the deal was. And what I mean by marinate, where if you pay attention, why do you think I always tell you guys, don't just text women? That's what the average guy does. Use voicemail, use video, show her why you are the opportunity versus being the option. And then even when you were on FaceTime with her, and you're on FaceTime, what did you say about her? I mean, if I would have saw her, I would say after going FaceTime with her, I would tell her, you know what, this is why I look forward to doing, the first thing I'm going to do is put my arms around you to see how soft that body is, even on FaceTime, to let her know what is going to happen. You've got to be able to give the woman the experience. It's something that you guys are not doing. And what you guys don't understand is that women know the game better than most of you guys out there. And she's dealt with so many guys like you. She already knows what the date is going to be about before she has it, based off of your actions before the date. And a lot of you guys don't understand that. There was no spark. There wasn't a spark. There was a curiosity to see, well, he's cute. Let's see if we can get a spark when we're at the date. There was no spark. And as soon as, like the guy's saying, as soon as she said no hug, I'd just say, okay. And I would either left, or I'd have went at my seat and say, all right, hey, you take care of yourself. Listen, because again, you guys are never establishing any of these women that your time is the most valuable thing to you, and you're not going to waste it. You guys are satisfied with the crumbs these women give you. The crumbs of, okay, I'll spend a little time with you. The crumb of, okay, you can hang out with me. See, that's how they got y'all thinking. You can spend time with me. You can hang out with me. You can go out to me. Matter of fact, where was your date at? Where did you take her out on your date, Frank?
We went to like a little restaurant because like everybody was doing the whole COVID social distance thing.
All right, Frank. This is why you look. This is
like an outdoor restaurant, basically.
Why do you guys feel like feeding? What has she done for you to feed her, Frank? Everything she's showing you is nothing but disrespect. She's not interested in you, and then you reward her behavior by taking her to a restaurant. This is why women don't mess with y'all guys or use you, because you don't even know how to stand up. Oh God, guys, y'all take it. I can't believe you tried.
Let me ask you a question. What were y'all talking about on FaceTime, and how long were y'all FaceTiming?
So we FaceTime for about 15, 20 minutes. So we ended up going to the same school for undergrad, and I never seen her on campus. So I was like, oh shit, like, did you really go to UMD, blah, blah, blah? And she was like, yeah, like, do you know this person, that person, and blah, blah, blah. And just like setting up to meet up the following day, like confirming basically.
And whose idea was it to FaceTime?
It was hers.
Oh, I can't stand when women. Let me stop. No, because this is the thing. This is the thing. I understand women get like this. Women do this. They'll be like, let's talk on the phone. Let's FaceTime, whatever. And that's, ain't nothing necessarily wrong with that. But a lot of times when it's the woman's idea, a lot of times it's, again,
right.
This is what we talk about: high interest and low interest, medium interest. What I've noticed a lot of times is that there were times when I would go on a date with a chick that I met off a Tinder, Bumble, whatever it is, and I've gotten this same response lots of times, and they would always say this. They would say, hey, you know what's funny? I think it's weird that I just came and met you, because usually I like talk to a guy on the phone or we FaceTime first before we meet, right? So what that's telling me is that if a woman has high enough interest, you ain't got to do a bunch of shit. You understand what I'm saying? You just say, hey, meet me somewhere. They meet you somewhere, and we make it happen. So what happens is that sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes when a woman wants to do extra stuff, when it's her idea, that's why I asked whose idea was. If it was you that said, let's FaceTime, that's cool, because that's your idea of doing that. But if it's her suggesting to do a certain thing, especially if, and let me ask you this, before y'all FaceTime, did you try to set up a date, and did she say, hey, let's FaceTime first? Or did she say, let's FaceTime before you even tried to set up a date? What was the dynamic?
So I set up the date, and she agreed to it.
Right.
And she was like, is it, she asked if it was okay for us to FaceTime before we met up.
Oh, man. Every time you say this stuff, I'll be feeling it in my soul. I'll be like, God, I know
you're low-key disappointed. Look, Harry.
It's not even a FaceTime. Watch this. Hey, when you FaceTime with her, what was you talking about?
Just dumb shit for real. Like
Right. See,
nothing
that's-
like particular. Like just,
That's my point, man. It was already over.
I already know what Steve was going to go with it. I already do. You know, and that's the thing too. If you're going to, and this is what you guys got to understand, is that if you're going to do FaceTime calls or whatever, it has to be purposeful. So like, I know Steve, he talks about spin that yak in her ear, marinating the pussy, whatever. You know, and for some guys, it might be, hey, let me just make sure I get the logistics down and make sure to see if this girl's really about doing something or doing the thing I want her to do before I see her. So whatever it is, it has to be purposeful. So even if she suggested it and you're taking her up on it, saying, all right, cool, let's do a FaceTime real quick. It has to be purposeful to your specific needs and wants and things in the situation. You see what I'm saying? Not just like, oh, I'm just doing whatever. You see what I'm saying? Because when you do whatever, that's when you set up yourself to get your time wasted. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not really guiding or directing where the interaction or the situation could go, because you probably would have been able to notice or realize she was the type of girl who was going to be on some BS on the FaceTime, and then you wouldn't have had to waste time going on a date with her at that point once you would have saw that on the FaceTime. You see what I'm saying? So you got to sort of do it based off of your own preference of what you're trying to do. You see what I'm saying?
That's why you got to say something sexual
so
too. On
basically, if she's not trying to go in the same direction as I'm trying to go, just like say
You wasn't going anywhere.
you could push it.
You wasn't going anywhere.
Now go ahead, John. You gonna say something real quick?
I was gonna say that's why. I mean, sometimes women are trying to see if you're catfishing them, but
Right.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to say something
Yeah.
sexual on the FaceTime as well. You have to make it. You have to bring it to a sexual level, because again, what's the recurring theme I've been saying all day today, which is force it to a point, right? Force her to a decision, right? If she thinks that you're going out as friends or whatever, and we'll see what happens. This is sometimes what women have in their minds, like, oh, let's be friends and see what happens.
Right.
No, that's not how it's going down. Like, so then she has to make a decision. So then, you know, you start saying something sexual, bring it like, oh, you know, you look really nice, you look really sexy. I can't wait to have my arm around you or whatever. You know, like, you know, when we go out or whatever it is. It doesn't even have to be very explicit. It can just be a light thing, just anything that indicates that you have a romantic interest in
Right.
her.
Exactly.
Because now she has to make a decision, because she knows if she goes out with you, you're going to put a move on her.
Right.
And so
Yes.
so now she'll either cancel or she'll go, but now you've primed it. So now if you know, she's expecting, you know, just like Steve says, she knows what to expect. She has to know what to expect, so she can make the decision, right?
Right.
One more thing real quick, caller. You understand when you FaceTime a woman, she's not just looking at you, she's looking at your surroundings.
Fact.
FaceTime it. Why do you think I always tell you about the wine above your bed? You could have started a FaceTime laying in your bed, and you could have lifted up and angled yourself when she saw the wine above your bed. That would have gave her a key of asking, what is that for? And like Bulldog said, we're pushing it towards sex, or at least not even towards sex, some type of intimacy of some type of a touch or a hug, because you know what? Now I know when you see her, now I know why I'm going to hug you. Now I know why I'm going to sit close to you. Now I know why I'm going to sneak in a kiss when I can, because what I see right here is okay. But then I challenge the woman. Now when I'm not taking you out to dinner, when we go to the lake on spread your ass cheeks, to feed the ducks, whatever. Now it gives me the opportunity to see if your character matches your beauty. And then at that point, you're the one throwing her off because she's not expecting somebody to challenge her. You guys are satisfied with beauty. These men on this panel already got beauty because they don't mess with anything ugly in the first place. Beauty is a standard. So what else are you bringing to the table other than the beauty, guys?
The other thing you got to do is qualify her. So if she wants to FaceTime you, I mean, obviously it's better if you're initiating it, but now you want to turn it and be like, okay, so you want to ask her a bunch of questions, and then you want to basically finish up the FaceTime call by saying, okay, it seems like you're not like you're not weird, you're not like a serial killer or anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I could go out with you. I could meet you in person. You know, so you're switching around because she's screening you, but you want to make it so that she thinks she's screening you, but
Right.
you're screening her. You know, because as soon as you flip it and now you're screening her, then the values changed at that point. You never want to put her in the position where she's screening you to see if you're a good enough guy that she can spend her time with. You want to flip it and say, that's good, because if she says, oh, I want to FaceTime you, you could even just flip it and just say, hey, that's good, because I don't go out with a girl unless I FaceTime her. I wanted to check you out anyway. I wasn't sure about this thing about you. Or whatever, you know?
Exactly.
And now you've flipped it completely on her, and now you're in control of the situation.
No, that's real talk, John. Because I tell guys to do that when they do FaceTime. You FaceTime the girl and say, "Hey, I wanted to FaceTime you because I wanted to make sure you weren't crazy before I invite you over." You feel what I'm saying? So like,
Exactly.
so now she's gonna be like, "Okay, you know." So now you're qualifying her. You're the one that's doing it to her. Now she's like, "Oh shit!" Like he must be a guy who's not crazy because he's wondering if I'm crazy. You understand? Right. So that's the the psychological thing that goes on with that. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just
For sure.
as far as like when you're dealing with these girls, man, just screen them out. You feel what I'm saying? And always look for that cooperation, man. That's the thing. And you got to make sure, like John was saying earlier too, is make sure that it's a sexual situation that you're interacting with them, so you know that they're actually sexually interested in you. Like what Steve was saying, as far as, and that's a very good point as far as your surroundings, because if you're FaceTiming a girl, she's not just looking at you, she's looking at what's behind you. She's looking at what's going, where you're at. She's looking at what's happening in the actual situation with you. You see what I'm saying? So if you FaceTiming a girl and you're in a dirty ass apartment, that part is going to make you look kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but if you're FaceTiming a girl and you're like in your, let's say your home office, and she sees like, wow, this guy, he's about his business. He got things going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's a thing that on a subconscious level too is going to cause something to for her to see a certain thing. Because like, for example, you might even FaceTime a girl like, right after you finish doing a workout, you FaceTime her, you still in the gym. You feel what I'm saying? She see you with your tank top off and all that shit looking all, you know what I mean? Like all those things indicate something about you that's even far beyond the things you're saying to her on, on the screen. You see what I mean? So, just keep that into account. You feel me? All right, man. Well, appreciate the call, my brother.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, man. I'm holla. Peace.
All right. Yeah. Take care. All right. Peace.
So let's get to 301. 301. What? Oh, he just hung up. Hold on. Let's get to 111. I hope you ain't trolling, bro. Who's this?
What's going on? This MGTOW English.
Oh, what's going on, bro? What's good with you, man? Did you donate?
Good, man. I donated 5 pounds in the PayPal. I don't know if it's there. It takes ages to show up. I don't know
appreciate
why.
it, bro. Appreciate it.
International.
That's what's up. Appreciate it, bro. So what's going on with you?
Yeah, man. I just wanted to, ask for some advice on the situation. I was just, I just went on a date with this girl. I met her on this app called Bumble. And we just went to some bar, like a cheap place. It's like less than £2, to buy like stuff. So I didn't really buy anything. I told her, you have to buy your own stuff, she bought, stuff, and we were just talking. We went back to my place. We started having sex and things like that. And then now she's,
You're lying.
telling me that she can't. Sorry, what?
You're lying. If you were real, if you would tell us what your real name is, the fact that your name is MGTOW, you don't even like women, you avoid women. So you're lying right now, man. You go ahead, you can continue the fairy tale, but just want to let you know you're lying.
Well, you don't run your household, man. What are you talking about? You don't run your household.
You're right. I don't run my household, but you're still lying, though. It's not running my household to deal with you lying. My name is MGTOW. You can't even represent your real name. And in your fantasy, you got a date with a woman. You asked her for the date. And then on the date, you told her she's got to pay for everything. Then magically, after you talk to her, ask what she does for a living, she magically got horny and went back to your place and you fucked her, right? Well, okay. Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay, tell us what you talked about to get her to your place. No, okay, you're right. You win. I just want to ask you a question. What did you talk about that was so magical that got her so fucking horny that she went to your place? Go ahead. You had it. I'm gonna be quiet. Let us know what you talked about to make her so horny to go home back to your place and sleep with you.
She's on my baby. Just what?
Yeah, okay. My point.
What happened? Say it again.
She was attracted to me. That's what.
What did you say to her to get her back to your place?
No, I told them. I said, let's go out to a drink.
But then you told her she had to pay. So after that, you said y'all talked. What did y'all talk about to get her so horny to go back to your place and have sex? What did y'all talk about? If I asked you what 2 + 2 is, you'd tell me 4 real quick, wouldn't you?
Come on, MGTOW English. What's going on, bro? Oh, I think he hung up. He hung up. Let's go to 718. 718, what's popping? Who's this?
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on? Who's this?
Good, Lucario.
What's popping? Who's this?
What's good? This G from Queens.
Oh my Jesus!
I paid $5. No, I paid $5. No, I'm dead ass. Look on your Cash App. I paid $5 at 306.
$5. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. You're gonna have to do it again, bro. You're gonna have to do it again. The G from Queens be trolling like a motherfucker. Anyway, so guys, call the numbers 516-387-1224. Guys, I have the shit on my phone. I can see if you donated or not. So it's like you don't gotta waste time. It's real simple. You donate, you ask a question, it's simple. You feel what I'm saying? It's real simple. But guys, the calling number is 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. And we got 295 people, almost 300 people watching right now. Guys, get the likes up so we could spread this stuff around. You know, it's funny that these live streams be getting like way more hits than the fucking regular videos for some reason. I don't know why. Like a lot of people like these live shows. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Do the car. Can you put up 2:35 p.m. Mr. Dan at 2:35?
Mr. Dan, let me see. Hold on.
2:35.
2:35. What did he say? 2:35. Hold on. Let me get it again. 2:35. Mr. Dan. He just said Steve. Oh, please. What?
He's saying this man. Why is this man always killing the flow?
Hold on. I missed it. Oh, okay. I see you saying.
Right.
Who's he talking about? He talking about
talking me? Because just like women, Mr. Dan, and if that's your real name, they can spot a fake fraud as soon as they open their cake ass mouth or a text message, motherfucker. That's why. So I'm stopping this because he's wasting our time with bullshit like you do, Mr. fucking Dan.
So let's go to 412. Let's go to 412 real quick. 412, what's popping? Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, Lucario? This is Apollo AT from the chat.
What's going on, fam? How you doing, man?
All right, I already sent the donation.
Appreciate it, bro.
Just to make sure, got that out of the way.
Appreciate it, man. So
what's going on, Steve? What's going on, John? So my question is, I kind of put in the chat earlier, was, match with a girl online. And she saw, I'm only looking for casual, like friends with benefit situation, but just like, oh, that's too bad. I wish you were looking for something more. But, kept talking to me, going back and forth for a minute, gave her my number. She hit me up. We actually talked on the phone and even set up the date, and I told her like, hey, if we meet on a date, I'm going to try to charm the pants off you. So she's still eager to meet. And, I was trying to see if you thought, was it just, she interested in just getting out on a date? Was she thought she was interested in what I'm looking for to change my mind? April kind of said she thinks, might be both interested or trying to change my mind. But just curious, what you fellas thought of the situation.
Well, this is what I'll say. Like, see, this is the funny part about dealing with women is that there's a lot of situations where things could go either way. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, like, so for example, a woman might be on she might say or imply, hey, I don't really want to, move too fast, but like, let's see, whatever. And then you meet up with her and you not end up having sex like within like the first 20 minutes. y'all meet, y'all go from the bar to the hotel or whatever, y'all do your thing. Then you can have a woman who might even act like she's like super, you know, like, oh, I'm ready to get down as soon as I meet you, and then she start fronting and acting weird. You understand? So it's like, you know, it's all over the place. But the thing is that I would say the best thing to look out for, and I think this is in general the best thing to look out for, is if she has interest in you sexually. You understand what I'm saying? So there could be where it's super high interest and it's obvious at that peak, and then it could be just where she's like, you know, you can tell she likes you. Either one of those are good. Either that range is good. But if you're dealing with a girl and it's kind of like obvious, or you can sense or you can feel that she is going to be a time waster, or that she is showing signs that she's not really about doing anything, like the last caller where she was like, oh, don't hug me, and you know, don't, you know, that type of stuff, then you kind of just want to not really give that too much energy. You see what I mean? But also, again, at the end of the day, understand though that based off of how a woman is coming at you is going to show you the level of interest. Now, you have to decide if you want to deal with that level or not. So what I mean is that if I'm talking to a girl, and let's say, and this is what I suggest guys do also, if you're going to talk about sex or something very, very sexual, and you're talking to a girl online on an online dating site, get her on the phone or get her on FaceTime. That's when you talk the sexual shit. Don't necessarily text it, because the texting kills because a lot of the sexual tension you're going to be built has to be built through your actions, your voice, you interacting with her. So that's one thing. But at the end of the day, what it is that you have to see the level at where she's coming at you. And then you have to decide whether or not you want to continue to deal with her at that level and to continue making it happen. So for example, there are times where I've met up with women and the girl, it was like super obvious she was just feeling me and real sexually attracted to me. So we would have a drink, and we would drink for literally like 5 minutes. And then we would just bounce and go to a hotel and have sex or go to her house or whatever it was, right? Then there were times where I met up with a woman and it was just very, you know, like just, we're just going on a date, getting to know each other, getting to see each other. And I could tell she was interested, but she wasn't as down like that other girl was to do the thing right there. You understand? But I said, you know what? She's cool. I like her. I'm attracted to her. So I'll still interact with her, flirt with her. And even if I don't have sex with her this date, I'll hit her up next week and try again on the second time. You understand what I'm saying? So you just have to understand where the level is at, and you have to say to yourself, how much work am I willing to put in, or how much time and energy am I willing to put out based off of understanding where this girl is seeing me. But you guys could, put your input on there.
I'll go after you, Bulldog. I'll go after you.
I was gonna say, don't ever say to a girl that you're just looking for friends with benefits. Instead, again, you could say the same thing, but say this: say, you know what, I'm not looking for anything serious right now, but I'm just looking to have a little bit of fun.
Yes,
because everyone's looking to have a little bit of fun. There's no objection to that, right? But if you say that you're just looking for friends with benefits, in order for her to accept that, she's gonna have to like basically. It's gonna look bad on her. Like she doesn't want it. Every girl wants it to just happen. It just magically happen. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so if you're basically, because when you say I just want friends with benefits, you're just like saying, oh, I just want to fuck. And that's not, I mean, some girls might go for that, but it's so much better to just be like, look, I'm not looking for anything serious, but I'm just looking to have some fun right now, right, in my life or whatever, you know. And then if she's still with you, it's good. The other piece of it is I don't know if you've ever done any sales, but like Mr. Lucario was saying, you know, you have some people, like if you do sales, right, if you're trying to close people on the phone on sales, the worst people to close on the phone are the people that are super eager to like buy, right? You have to actually push them back a little bit. You gotta be like, oh, wait a minute, hold on, I'm not sure. Let's make sure that this is the right thing for you. You know, like I don't want to take your credit card right now, right? Because if someone's super eager, and then you try and close them right away because you're like, okay, this person's super eager. What will happen is you'll lose a sale, right? But the same thing if and you got to play it the other way. If someone's not very eager, then you have to reel them in a little bit. You have to get them to get to the point where they're you have to play it differently. So in this case, with this girl like this, I'm surprised that after you said the friends with, I mean, if you've basically laid out the friends with benefits thing and she's still talking to you, then she's down. There's no question about it. As far as like if she's trying to play you out for the long, like you have to assume that every single girl, remember, like the thing you're trying to get from women is sex. The thing they're trying to get from you is commitment, right? Because they can get all the sex that they want. So they're trying to get something more. So you always have to assume that woman is trying to get more of you. So that's almost always going to be the case, except for some very rare occasions. But that doesn't matter, because as long as you're upfront and honest and you've laid out what you want, and if she's still riding the ride, if you're like, you got to be this tall to ride the ride, and it's like you can't have motion sickness or be pregnant or whatever, and she's still riding the ride, then you already gave her all the warnings, right? You told her what you want, you told her what you're looking for, and if she's riding the ride, that's her responsibility, as long as you're being upfront. See, the problem is when you're not upfront, when you're saying, oh, like, at least you answered the question like that. If you had answered the question like a lot of guys do, where they're like, oh, well, I'm not sure what I'm looking for right now. I might be open to something long-term or serious or whatever. That's a bad idea, because then that's where you get your car keyed and all that shit, so that's so that was still better, but I would just say in the future, don't ever say I want friends with benefits. You say something a little more classy.
Yeah, I think you messed up from the beginning, because most of you guys understand the guys that push sex and one night stands are the guys that don't have women, they lack experience, and they're weird and creepy. What you should do is put yourself in a position where she asks you, what are you looking for? Where then you can tell her, I'm not looking for a relationship, because I don't know you long enough to even give you a relationship, because I don't know anything about you to even go that down that pathway. But let me ask you a question, because you said something. You said she called you on the phone, right? Right?
Right.
Okay, what did y'all talk about on the phone?
Just setting up the date.
Okay, you setting up the date. What was the date set up for?
Coming up on Tuesday.
So is this Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Okay, when's the last time you talked to her?
Yesterday when we set up the date.
Okay, let me ask you. So you talked to her on Tuesday to set the date up, and then you haven't talked to her at all, and you're just gonna wait for the date to happen, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you ever grill? I know we're getting in the wintertime, but do you ever grill? Have you ever grilled any meat on the grill before?
Yes.
Okay, what do you do to the meat before you put it on the grill?
Oh, you got to marinate it, of course.
Okay, do you think you marinating her to show her why she should be sucking your dick? Or kissing you, or touching you, or feeling you? Have you done any of that?
No, I haven't.
So what do you think the date is going to be like what do you think the date's going to be like when you see her?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay, but the reason, and this is, and I'm going with Bulldog and saying, Carlos saying here, you don't even know what you want, and you don't even know how to lead her, and you don't even know what expectations are. Have you even done a sound check on the date? Have you done a sound check on the play? Where are you taking her?
We're just going to like a little spot to, grab some drinks. Not getting any meals, just grab some drinks.
Okay, real quick. So, what's the name of the spot that you're taking? All right, whatever the spot is, fuck the spot. I'm gonna ask you, have you done a sound check on the spot you're taking her? You know where the bathroom is. You know what you're gonna do when she comes through that door.
Yes.
But do you know what you're gonna do when she comes through that door?
I guess, just see what happens in the moment. I don't have a, set idea.
Okay. All right. I just want to say this real quick. This is why women go out and take your money and they screw guys like us, because I'm not saying you're boring, but I'm saying you're boring. Okay. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying that there's no exciting, because she doesn't even know you. I mean, she talked to you one time on the phone, right? That was it. And again, if you want to stand on that and wait till the date happens, that's fine. But a lot of you guys don't even know what to do on the date. Now, here's the last question I want to ask you to show you to prove my point. What is the first thing you're going to say to her when you see her?
I honestly don't know. I couldn't even tell you, to be honest.
All right. You got it, Lucario. My point.
See, well, the thing is, this I was going to say is that, you know, because we're talking about like, because you were saying like, you know, this girl, you were trying to be on some casual sex stuff, right? Just in general, right?
Right.
Right. And so the thing is, right, and like what Bulldog was saying, what John was saying is you got to understand sometimes this is the funny part about women is that women will want to do things, but they still want to act like they want to have that like plausible deniability, which is why you phrase
right.
when you phrase stuff differently, you're saying the same shit, but you're making, like, for example, women on, if you notice on online, a lot of them have, I'm not looking for a hookup, right? It's not that they're not looking for a hookup. They just want you to think they're not a hoe. You understand what I'm saying? That's why they put that on there.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So now, if you said like what John was saying was like, hey, you know, I'm not really looking for nothing serious, but I like to have some fun. You know, I like to have a good time, right? That to them is like, in their mind, they're like, cool, let me go see this guy who wants to have a good time. So when they say to their girlfriends, oh, what you doing tonight? Oh, I'm going to see this guy. We're just going to hang out and hang out and have fun. But if you said, hey, come over and let's fuck, then her girlfriend saying, hey, what you doing? Well, I'm going to fuck some guy. They're going to be like, girl, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, who is this guy? Blah, blah, blah. So it's you're saying the same things, but it's also the way you're saying it too that makes a difference. Now, this is a different thing I wanted, because the game flows different ways. Now, if you were on FaceTime, right? And let's say you were talking to this girl, and let's say you see she's flirting with you and she's like actually, showing real sexual interest, then you could turn it up a notch and you could say, hey, you know, when I see you, you know, I'm definitely going to bend you over and pull down your pants or whatever. So, you know, say something even more sexually explicit, but you're only saying that literally because you see how she's responding to you in that situation, right? And then furthermore, let's say y'all go out and get a drink. Now you're out on getting a drink with her. Let's say y'all start making out, and let's say she grabs your dick through your pants, right? She just, you know, touching your crotch. Now, at that point, it's like, yo, listen, you go talk to her in her ear and be like, listen, I'm about to fuck the shit out of you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you say things based off the level of where this interaction is at. You see what I mean? To get the girl to do the thing, because the way women's minds work is it's like they don't want to admit the things they're doing because it's not going to look good for them in the public eye. This is why women will not admit and say, hey, I like bad boys who, like, you know, are very aggressive. They're not going to say that. You always say to them, hey, I want a nice guy who's going to treat me with respect. Then they get a nice guy who treats them with respect and they shit on them. You see what I'm saying? And then they go with the bad boy. You see what I mean? So right. It's just the way that women fucking operate. You got to understand that and use that sort of like, you know, in your game and in your arsenal of how you're talking to them. You see what I'm saying? So you can say the same thing as far as I want casual sex, but it's the way you phrase it. You see what I'm saying? And it's the timing of when you say the things at the right time when the interaction is in a different state. This is why I was saying it's better to get a girl on FaceTime or in person before you're being very sexually explicit versus on the app and just texting. Because when you're just on the app texting, and then it's like, damn, well, he's just saying he wants to fuck, and I don't want to have to respond just to fucking, because what if I meet him and then even though I want to fuck, what if I change my mind? What if he's weird? You understand what I'm saying? So if you say, hey, let's have a good time is like, yes, come out so we can have the good time. And then when she's there, she's like, yeah, I'm about to suck this guy's dick. You know what I mean? And then you turn it up a notch with the flirting. But AT, go ahead. What you was gonna say?
And you know, because I know you always talk about once you set the date, you know, just kind of, you know, set the date and then obviously check in before. But would you then recommend talking to her again beforehand, or just wait until the date and see how that goes?
Right. Well, that's the thing. Steve likes to marinate the pussy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like talking to dicks. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like to set the date and let them go. But both ways can work. It just depends on, again, this is what I always try to tell you guys. It depends on the type of person you are. You got to figure out what you like to do. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't like to give women attention more than I need to, because I understand how much of time wasters most chicks are. But also you have to understand that based off of your level of game, because see, I'm a lazy motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm super lazy. Steve is not as lazy as me, but Steve has a mouthpiece like crazy. So Steve knows how to see when Steve is talking from a guy who has that mouthpiece. This is why he tries to teach y'all. So if you have that mouthpiece, what he's saying is going to actually yield you good results. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is like the lazy man's way. It's like, listen, I'm gonna fucking day up and I'm gonna holler at you when the day comes. You feel what I'm saying? But also, I'm also too screening for high interest women, because a lot of times what happens is if the woman is interested in you, she's gonna come through and she's gonna come see you anyway. And if you're marinating the pussy, all it's gonna do is make her even more excited. But the thing is that if a woman isn't excited to see you, it doesn't matter what the fuck you're saying, she's gonna waste your time anyway. You see what I mean? But that's the difference.
Let me give a quick example. Caller. Okay, let's say she comes over your house. What are you gonna do?
What am I going to do?
What are you gonna do?
Well, I figure if we already at the restaurant talking and she's coming back, it's already, I think, a done deal.
Hey, that's not the question. What are you going to do? She's coming in your house. She's opening you, bringing her inside. What are you going to do?
Well, I could usually give them the grand tour, and then we end up in my bedroom.
Okay.
Steve love putting people on the spot.
Well, no, because women don't put them on the spot. I mean, you never know when a woman's gonna put you on the spot, man.
Right.
But a lot of guys ask this too.
That's
Like,
what I've done before. It's like because I got a 4-bedroom house, show them, give them a grand tour, and end up in my bedroom, and then usually goes down from there.
Right. Go ahead, John. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say a lot of guys ask this because a lot of guys will tell guys online to not text, not to say a lot, not to FaceTime, not to do stuff that can mess it up, because women are looking for an excuse not to go out with you. And it could go either way. Like, right. If you have the skills, if you're witty and you know how to flirt very well, right, and you know how to seduce a romancer, then it's going to be a benefit for you, right? Like you're saying, like Steve knows how to do it. So he's going to increase the outcome by doing that. But if you suck, it's better if you just set the date. It's better if all that you do is basically just one little line of small talk and then set the date, and then you just show up at the date, right? That's not going to be optimal, obviously, but for most guys that's probably the best thing that you should do, because if you don't have good texting skills, you're more likely to fuck it up. Right. But if you do, and you develop those skills, and if you want to develop those skills, the simple way to develop them is just to go set your like Tinder profile or whatever to some fucking location where you're not going to be, and then just start matching with girls and just start trying it out. Just try it, until you develop that skill. Once you develop that skill, then it's going to be more beneficial for you to have communication with them and to keep the communication going before the date. So.
But they don't. But the thing is, and y'all are right. But here's the problem: he's just avoiding inevitable. I mean, we all know it's going to happen. Right. You don't know what to talk about. You don't know what to say. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to do it. You don't even know why to do it. You don't even know how to stand on it or even back up what you're going to do. So as soon as she meets, see what you guys don't understand. Not you guys on the panel, but the guys listening to understand is she has met you before. She knows every move that you're going to make and every move you're not going to make, because y'all are cookie cutter. Y'all are doing y'all are playing too much defense, trying to prove yourself to these women instead of expressing yourself and playing offense. Bulldog is showing you that. Even lazy ass Lucario. I'm not gonna call him lazy ass Lucario. But seriously though,
trust me.
Right? No, the reason why Lucario can do that is because we all know when Lucario's one-on-one with her, he good. He can be as lazy as he wants, because he knows on the back end, when I see this woman, it's a done data, because she's never met me before, and I'm gonna pull her out of her panties just by spending a few minutes with me. That's the difference in the Lucario saying what he's saying. He's not lazy. He just knows what he's gonna do. He has an idea of who he is, and he has nothing to prove to these women.
Yeah. And also, too, you got to understand that there's a lot of women out here who are attention whores. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the problem with dealing with certain women nowadays, because I see the way that I usually do it is that I give women attention based off of good deeds. You understand what I'm saying? So when I first meet you, like if I matched you on Tinder and we set up a date, and let's say it's a Wednesday, I'm talking to you, we set up a date for Friday or Saturday. So let's say the date is Saturday night. Because I don't know you, you understand what I'm saying? And because you haven't done anything for me yet, we haven't met, you haven't shown me anything, I don't want to give you anything, which is my time, attention, wisdom, knowledge, sexual, energy too much, because what happens is that if you take that and then you don't come through, what happens is that you fucked me. You understand what I'm saying? So what I want to do is I want to set the date and then fuck you, and then I'll give you the shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's the kind of like how I see it. So, but on the flip side, what happens is that what Steve is talking about, and this is why you guys have to learn game and understand how to have a tight mouthpiece, is because when you have a tight mouthpiece and when you understand game, it's just like kind of like a salesman. What a salesman does is that a salesman usually knows how to get the person. They understand people so well that they know already the type of person to even do that stuff with. So kind of like what John was saying is that, look, you're going to have some people who are going to come in, they're going to act this way, and another person that's going to come in and act that way. So, okay, listen, I can already peep she's an attention whore, so I'm not going to really deal with her. Right. And this is what Steve says all the time. He says, I already know the pussy is mine. That's what he means. He means I know that this woman is already trying to fuck with me, so I'm doing that with the knowledge that she's going to fuck with me anyway. So basically what's happening is this. Me and Steve will deal with two different girls, right? Steve knows the woman is feeling him, but all he's doing is marinating it to her. So by the time he's basically having sex with her before he's having sex with her. You see what I mean?
Yes.
I know the girl still is feeling me, but I'm not having sex with her until I have sex with her. So it's two different ways to do it. You see what I mean?
You both fuck.
Right. That's what you gotta understand. You see what I mean? That's what it is. So it's not like, one way is going to guarantee this. It's just understanding. And this is what we talk about with high interest, a woman being interested in you and you being very cognizant of what's going on in the game. Because what happens is if you have the idea and the notion and the know how to deal with women, and the more women you deal with, the more you'll be able to pick up on some of these things. Because I got to tell you something, this is how deep the game is. Sometimes what happens is that a woman may end up not dealing with you or flaking or whatever it is because she's too intimidated by you.
Yes.
So what happens is what Steve is saying is going to work out better for you, because by you marinating it, you're letting her know that she is on your level, meaning that you actually want her. Because I know Steve and I know John, you've probably been through this at some point too, where you might have met a woman who you're interested in, and she actually doesn't believe you like her. She's like,
right. I know. Right.
Like, you playing? Come on, you don't really like. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not interested, because the same way where guys are nervous of getting rejected by a woman by approaching her, women are nervous of getting rejected on the back end. So some woman, John might meet a girl, and then the girl's gonna look at John's pictures on the Tinders and all that. She's probably gonna see his Instagram and be like, "Oh my God, look at this guy. He looks this way and he looks that way, and oh my God, he has a business. Oh my God." So she's like, "Why would this guy be interested in me?" You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So John is gonna have to get on the FaceTime and be like, "Girl, come on, I wanna." You know what I'm saying? That's just gonna have to happen. You see what I mean? So understand those dynamics play. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So
right. Okay.
That's real ass shit.
All right. All right. AT, we appreciate the call, my brother.
Information, guys.
All right.
All right.
All right. Peace.
All right.
So let's get 718 real quick. 718, what's poppin'? Who's this?
It was.
Oh God.
Yeah, I just donated on. No, on some real shit. Yeah,
it ain't on no real shit. I'm seeing.
What's that? 342. You see that shit?
IG, what's going on there? What's going on, bro? What's going on?
Yeah,
How you know it's G?
Nigga, ask the question.
Oh no. Oh no, I gotta ask the question, right? Like this is some real shit.
Go ahead.
Right? Like I just recently broke up with my ex. And she actually broke up with me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And usually I break up with chicks. You feel what I mean? Like I'll smash them, rock them out, do whatever it is that I gotta do. And
what's the question?
I get rid of them.
What's the question?
I got rid of.
So what's the question?
Right. So the issue is like I feel like I'm simping because I be calling her and shit. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to see like what do I gotta do to not be doing that type of simp shit.
Okay, so you're saying you're calling your ex-girlfriend back and you want to stop calling her? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, the thing about it though is like I want to like get back with her, so I could just break off the deal type shit.
So you want to get back with her?
Like,
wait, you want to get back with her so you can break up with her? Is that what you're saying?
Let me give you the common pattern. I'll tell you how Steve knows when you're lying because I just did a video on this too. So this is because I get this from every single one of my coaching clients. They start off by telling me what their problem is. They're like, "Oh, I'm not good with women." Then the next line is they tell me how good they are with women, and then so that it's a template. Like I can see it every single fucking time. It's like whatever the problem is. Oh, I have social anxiety. Oh, but girls hit on me all the time or whatever it is, and I'm really good in these social environments. It's always bullshit because it's like you expose some kind of weakness, but then you have to overcompensate for it because you kind of want it's like when people are like, I'm asking for a friend, right? It's the same thing. It's just a different form of that. So if you want a real answer, you got to be honest. You got to be real because there's no way that you're breaking up with chicks all the time, right? and then you're simping for a girl because those things don't work together. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were breaking up with chicks all the time, you're smashing and breaking up with them, then there would be no way it wouldn't be in your capacity as a man to simp for a girl, right? Because you would just have abundance. So really what when we're reading between the lines, what we're seeing here is that this is what you're actually telling us, okay? Just so you know, is you're actually telling us this. You're saying, look, I never get girls. Yes. And I got this one girl, okay? Finally got this girl. And now she broke up with me and I don't know how to get back with her. And I don't know how to stop having my heart broken over her. And so how can I get this girl back? That's what you just said to us.
Right. All right. So G, you understand that, G?
No. I think you're tripping. I think
he's right.
Is that, like I said, I never got broken up with a girl ever in my life.
Never had a girl, man.
Ever. So it's different. It's different. The shit hits different when you leave a chick than when you get left. It's like, I don't know. It's like that. I don't know. That's just
all right. If you had this imaginary, let's pretend you had this imaginary woman, okay? Or you had this imaginary woman. Well, guess what? You wasn't imaginary fucking her right. You imaginary turning her on right. So apparently, wait a second. Why you get mad at me? I'm not the bad guy here. You called into the show as a question. You want us to lie and tell you you're real? That you really now let's talk about your feminine side. You wanna go back like a woman. You wanna go back like a woman to get with this imaginary woman to break up with her in an imaginary way. I'm
gonna put him on hold. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Bulldog, you took over words and see Bulldog. You see why I shake my head all the time? Because all these guys always start off with it. Well, I'm this tall and I have this much money and I'm pretty and I'm good looking. Well, I just have a hard time with women and I don't know what to do. They do this every single time. This guy right here he's looking for guidance. He's looking for someone. He needs a father figure. He just doesn't know how to step up and say, I don't know anything about women. I never had a woman before. I need some help. Please help me. But what he wants to do is conjure up all these women. Why don't you just tell us you have 5 women or 10 women and stuff? Why don't you just conjure up as many as you have? Because just like a woman, I keep telling you, a man can spot the bullshit. Women can spot the bullshit. You're bullshitting because you're lying to yourself. You have no self-worth, no respect for yourself, and you're scared of women, and you don't want to admit that.
So G from Queens, thanks for the call, brother. Let's get to our 925. 925, what's going on? What's popping? Who this?
Hi there.
You?
Hi there, guys. I'm probably one of the only female callers that's calling in, but it's interesting that you all have this topic because as a woman, I'm experiencing a similar issue. For the past month, I've been dating a man who is quote unquote what you consider high value. He's a CEO of a startup and he's going through major funding. We've only gone on one date, but we text every day, but he doesn't have time to meet up. And I feel like I'm pretty much being strung along. I'm like, this guy probably doesn't have high interest. He's been able to surf. He's been able to meet up with friends for a Halloween party, but has no time to go out with me. And I just wonder from a man's perspective, is that a sign that you are treating a woman as an option?
All right, you guys want to go first?
Well, ma'am, let me ask. Okay, how long have you been talking to him for?
Just about a month. We went on our first date on the first week of October. And since then, he entered into what they call Series A fundraising for his startup, which is like pretty major. So since then, we've been unable to, he's been saying he can't really meet up.
Well, but what is beneficial to him to meet up with you? Have you told him, I know you're busy, but I've got a great idea. Why don't you come over to my place? I'll make a nice meal for you. We'll have a nice bottle of wine and spend some good quality, intimate time together, learning about what's going on in your life. Have you ever sent him that message yet?
I haven't necessarily done that because I don't know. I watch a lot of female YouTubers and even male YouTubers, and I get the sense that men put women in categories. If me as a woman, had I have, asked him to come over to my house or something like that, he would put me in the booty call range or the booty call category. So I haven't,
real quick, understand that when you come in with a real man, that's you coming in through the farm system. You haven't qualified or showed me anything about you where I should even move you up on my roster. And it's not that you are a booty call. It's just that you got to understand men have so many options of women. And what he's saying is that, well, I've got 5 women that want to spend time with me. I've got 6 women that want to sleep with me. And all you're doing is just playing the, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And he doesn't like wasting his time. And that's just it. I'm not trying to say you have to give him sex, but you're going to have to move things up and show him why you are valuable on his roster, and just sending him messages don't do that. Do you know his favorite football team?
I don't, but can I just qualify this? I'm actually a gourmet. So aside from my full-time job, I am a gourmet chef.
Okay, real quick.
I make food. I've made him, because obviously he's, I want to support his business. So I made a company logo. His logo, like the company logo, and the picture of it. Like, I'd love to give this to you. Wait to see you. He seemed excited, but I don't know.
Okay, listen, real quick. You don't know his favorite football team. Do you know if he loves sci-fi movies? Does he like horror? Do you know anything like that about him? Does he play video games? Do you know anything about him on that level?
I know basic. I know he likes music. I know that he likes to surf. I know that he likes to, I know he likes specific cartoons or like anime. Like, I just know stuff like that.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you one question.
I tried to ask.
Let me ask you a question. So you said y'all went out. When did y'all go out on a date?
It was the first week of October.
And when did he meet? When did y'all meet? Where did y'all meet? Online, or how did y'all meet?
We met online.
Okay, so you met online, and how long was it from the time y'all met online to y'all went to the date? Was it like a week or so? Like, what happened?
It was about I think 2.5 weeks after we met online. We went out.
Okay, and did y'all have sex on the first date? You have sex on that date?
We did not.
You did not.
We did not. And to be honest, I guess. Oh.
Okay.
Sorry.
And wait.
I'll let you go.
No. Did you? So y'all didn't have sex on the first date. Did he try to have sex with you on the first date?
That's the question I was going to ask.
He tried to kiss me on the first date, and I don't know. I didn't kiss him on the first date. And
wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. Wait. He tried to kiss you on the first date, and you didn't kiss him?
that's correct. I didn't kiss him, and he got upset. And I explained to him like why, like, hey, like I'm really attracted to you, like really like you, but like I don't kiss me on the first date.
And that's the issue. That's the issue right there. That's literally the issue right there. That's it. That's the reason why he's not getting back to you.
Waste of time.
And that's why. That's literally why. That's the reason why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because what happens is, like, if you're explaining he's a high value guy, he has a lot of things going on. And what happens is there are other women who are going to find this guy attractive. So that means that he's dating other women. So the same time he was dating you, he was also probably dating, let's say, 2 or 3 other women. Now, let's say he went out with you on, I don't know, a Saturday, and he went out with another woman Friday, and he went out with another woman Sunday. Now, what happened was the woman on Friday kissed him. You were the woman on Saturday who didn't kiss them, and the woman who was on Sunday had sex with him on the first date. So he went out with 3 women. One had sex with him, one kissed him, and one didn't. Who do you think he's not going to call?
That's true.
But okay, and I hear you, but why do we message each other like frequently every day, and like he wants to meet up next week, and like I.
Why do you message your guy friends who are in the friend zone all the time? It's the same thing. The same thing you're doing to all the guys that want to be with you. He's doing it to you now.
I'm not sure about that though, because why would a guy waste his time? You know what I mean?
So yeah. So what is he messaging you? What is he saying to you?
Yeah.
Like, he's just telling me about like his, like how he wants to see me. He can't wait, and he's so sorry. Like, it's just, he's in the middle of Series A. It's because it's Series A to get to that level. It's really difficult. Most startups they can only raise seed funding, and like to get to Series A is almost unthinkable right now. And like he's just like, it's so stressful, and he can't wait to see me, and like this and that, and like he's so sorry, and like he's like things like that. And like we just message every day, and like it's a lot of messaging, and like. I don't know.
What do you know about him as far as like where he lives and things like that?
I know that he lives in a pretty affluent neighborhood. I
mean, does he live alone?
Oh, like,
does he live by himself?
I believe he lives by himself. I haven't been over to his place yet.
Okay. I mean, the thing that sticks out to me that fits all of the things that you're saying here is that that he doesn't live alone. Right. He's trying to figure out when he can get away to go see you.
Side chick.
That could be it too.
See what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that fits.
But I don't.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm not sure if that's the case, because he did offer like, hey, do you want to come over to my house to watch a movie? And like, to me that like stuck. I immediately was like, no, like maybe we should just like meet in another public space, because I know that Netflix and chill is pretty much a big part of like our culture. And like, I see him as long-term, like he's high value. He's the guy that he's the type of guy I want permanently. Like, so I'm like, I declined his offer to go over to his house to watch a movie.
Okay.
Something sounds off, because either I don't see he's the way he's acting. He's not really a high value dude.
No, exactly.
Because it doesn't.
He
Say it again.
I'm sorry.
No, I was.
No. I'm just saying. I don't know. Like in terms of character, he might not be, but as far as economic on paper,
right, you're in love with his money.
Like super.
Oh yeah, he probably has money. He could.
But that doesn't make him high value.
I'm talking about his character, meaning because what happens is if y'all went on a date and he tried to kiss you, you said no, I don't. I don't want to kiss you now, and so from that date, which was in the beginning of October, So you're saying literally almost every day he's texting you or calling you like every day since?
Pretty much every other day at least.
And he's never,
and he's been in the middle. Oh.
And he's never invited you out to see him, come to his place, do something out of all those days
in a month.
Well, to come to his place, she just said.
He has.
Yeah, and what did you say?
Yeah, he did offer for me to come over.
And you said no.
To his house, and I said no.
And he's still
I'm not ready.
And he's still calling you every day after you rejected his kiss and rejected coming to his house.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, you're dealing with a beta male. You're not dealing with a high value guy.
Exactly. He's weird, soft.
so
but that's the thing. Like I don't care if he's a beta male or I
love his money.
That he's a provider and he has resources.
The money. You love the money. You
right.
You're
right. So what'll happen is this. All you need to do at this point is just sit tight. Because at some point he'll come around because he's already doing what you say. You understand what I'm saying? He's already following your rules. And so what happens is that now you like, let me ask you this question. What is it about him that you like though? Are you sexually attracted to this guy? Like what is it about? Is it just the money? What is it?
He's somebody, he's just very resourceful. He's smart. To be only 35 years old and to be so well placed, he's very strategic. I've never seen somebody at only 35 to get to the level that he's at. I mean, you meet him, he's very humble. He doesn't talk too much.
Man,
that doesn't.
It's unbelievable.
Listen, all I want you to do is promise me you're gonna send myself, John, and Steve an invitation to your wedding because this guy is gonna marry you.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do what I'm telling you. You got it made at this point. Actually, truthfully, to be honest with you, this guy, whenever y'all get together again or whatever, and you make it, he's putty in your hands because. But this is the drawback for you. I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
The drawback for you is that you're not going to be sexually attracted to him.
And you're gonna look for us. That's Paula, you need to be. Hey, listen, we agree. I think you should go ahead and get the bag from him. And then when you want to get the leg split, you need to get with us because you're gonna do that eventually. Because you're gonna get tired. You're gonna have the wealth. So this is the best thing about it. You can have, this like Shark Tank. You got 3 sharks right here. So once you get married to him, give us all the invitation, right? Let us come. We'll get acquainted with you, and then hey, after you marry him, and after 2 months, it's gonna take about 2 months. You're gonna be like, I want someone that is gonna push my knees to my shoulders. Let me go find a real man who's gonna make me feel like a real woman.
But that's the thing, though. I think you guys are saying that he's putty in my hands. I feel like I'm getting played.
No. How are you getting? No, he's getting played.
Yeah.
You want it for his money.
Listen, I'll tell you why you're getting played, or why he's getting played. Because, and this is why we're all agreeing on this, is because a high value man wouldn't put up with any of that shit. If you didn't kiss him on the first day, he would have been move on. He's not going to text you after that. Maybe he'll text you afterwards if he thought that. I mean, I don't know how attractive you are. Maybe you're super attractive, and he's like, "All right, fine. This girl didn't kiss me on the first date. Maybe I will give her a second shot." But he's not going to be texting you every day because he's got other options. He's got other shit going on in his life, especially if he's got other business shit going on in his life. So and then he invites you over, and then you say no. If he's still talking to you at that point, right? You're showing no sexual interest in it. Like a guy that is still entertaining a woman that's showing no sexual interest in him is not a high value guy. That's why we're saying that you have got him exactly where you want him. He will basically, you just need time. Right. In time, he will become more and more attached to you and just more subservient to you, and you'll be able to get him to do whatever you want.
John, not even time. She can just challenge. Hey, push the narrative, sweetheart. Just tell him where are we at right now. I know you say that you're like me. You're affectionate. You care about me and all this other stuff. So where are we at right now? You know, why are we not dating? When are you going to take me out more? You can be more demanding here because you control the board right now. You don't realize it. You just got to take the reins of his collar and train him to your specifications. That's how you do it. And then after you get the bag, that's when you get the Sancho. The guy's on the side. We got you.
All you gotta do is dangle the sexual carrot in front of him.
Go ahead. What he's gonna say?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, to provide a little context. He did, like, after the fact, like me not kissing him, like he did put up, like, he was like, I don't really think like we're meant to be, and I kind of had to beg him back. So I just want to like put some context here. He came back. Some pushback, like, what the F? You didn't kiss me, like, and I had to essentially like plead, like, I'm so attracted to you, like you
got him. He's a sucker.
I just.
Because if I got mad at you and you say I'm sorry, you better be over my house with a robe with no clothes underneath, getting ready to put some knee pads on, getting ready to show me how sorry you are.
Right.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. No, I was going to say that. That's what I'm saying. So even if you did bake him back, the fact is that when you baked him back, was this before or after he invited you to his place and you said no?
This was before.
So this was before. So you begged him to take you back after you didn't kiss him, and then he took you back.
Or after I did not kiss him.
Right after you didn't kiss him, he took you back, and then he said, "Come over my house," and you said no, and he's still texting you and calling you.
Correct. Yes, that's correct.
Listen. You're playing us right now. That's what I'm saying.
Like the game that you're playing, if you were actually dealing with a high value guy, what you're doing might work in the sense that if he was really attracted to you, like hold him back a little bit, but you're still not playing it right because you have to still dangle the carrot in front of him, right? But this guy, all you got to do is if you just give him the hint that you're going to have sex with him, he will be over there at your house in a flash. Okay, so all you got to do is just give him that little hint. You don't even have to give it up. You could just give him the hint of it. You could be like, hey, I was just laying in bed right now and I was just thinking about you and I was just thinking about how nice it would be if you were here. What are you doing right now? Just send him that text, okay? And then he will be there. Like you'll have him in a flash, okay?
Yeah. Oh. Now I just want to say, man, for me, because I like big flat screen 85-inch TVs and everything. I would like for you to call him and let him know, that you're kind of sad right now because your 32-inch FK TV, just say FK, he'll be able to tell you 4K, but tell him that your TV's broken and you would like to get a brand new TV, but you just don't have the money right now to afford it. So then we need to get him on the money game because there are certain things I like for you to have in your house for me to come over when we have sex. So make sure you get the TV, set up the Xbox for me, get some surround sound. And I don't drink like the guys here, so I like a lot of orange juice and pineapple juice. That's my bitch drink, okay? You do that for me, please.
Wow. Okay, I will. But I guess just one last thing, guys. I just want to thank everybody on the panel for like your feedback. But next week we will most likely go out for dinner, and I'm thinking about making him a cake. Restaurant, and I'll have like gourmet.
Well, let me ask you a question. When are you gonna have sex with this guy? That's what I want to know. Are you gonna have sex with him when you see him?
No, I'm not going to.
You're not? She's not. No, you're not gonna have sex with this guy.
Hold on. I want to know. How attractive are you?
Eventually, but not now.
What would you rate yourself on a 1 to 10 scale? How tall are you? How much do you weigh?
Yeah, there we go. Big size.
So I'm 5'5". I weigh 125 pounds. I'm 29 years old. And I have been rated by men at least like a 7 or 8.
Okay. All right. Okay. I just want to know, why are you not having sex with him? That's what I want to know.
You don't have to.
Because she wants to lock him down. She's afraid. She spent her early. She's 29 now. She spent her early 20s, getting railed by guys, and now she
girls.
He's that lame that he'll wait for it too. That's the thing.
He's a gump. She knows he's a mark. She knows he's a mark. Why do you think she apologized? Because she's what did she say? Resources. She sees the bag. What did she say?
Right.
All the things that he's doing to make that money. He's going up that success, that financial ladder.
Right.
And all she's doing is she's preparing herself to be a fake Stepford wife to him. But he ain't how value, baby girl, because he was you the cut.
I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is what we talk about when we talk about all you guys who think that all I got to do is get my money up and be on my purpose, and all the girls are going to come to me. This is what happened. This is the type of women that's going to come to you. The ones who are going to, you see what I'm saying? Like they're not going to have sex with you. They're going to string you along, and then you're going to get married to them. Then you're going to take your shit. This is what we're saying, guys. So shout out to you, Miss. What's your name?
You're a baking cake.
Miss, what's your name? You can give us a fake name.
My name is Christine.
Christine, I'm so glad you called in because this is what we try to teach guys.
Yes.
Because and let me just ask you: Are you actually sexually attracted to this guy, or are you just holding out? Like, are you trying to hold out?
So I'm actually very attracted to him. He's very
Sexually, ma'am.
Sexually.
Okay.
Wait, say it again.
I am.
And
I am sexually attracted.
no, you're not.
You lie. You're lying.
Back to his money. It's okay. Look, we family here.
Yeah.
We family.
You're lying. If you were sexually attracted to him, you would have had sex with him already.
But I can't do that because I want marriage for this man. How can I? You are very hypocritical. You guys claim you want one thing, but you drop. If I were to have sex with him in a month, he would throw. I would be just like every other woman. He would toss me to the side. I can't do that. I can't because that's not what men like.
No,
money.
That's not true. That's not true. See,
Well,
you gotta understand it like this. What's gonna happen is that, and I'm gonna be real with you because I've been with my wife for 14 years. You understand what I'm saying? I've been with I also am in an open relationship, so I've been with my girlfriend for almost 2 years now. What I'm gonna tell you is this is what's gonna happen. Because you're not sexually attracted to this guy, he's gonna marry you. I promise you he'll marry you if you keep this up. He will marry you. But what's gonna happen is that you are going to get tired of him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna already get tired. You don't even know you're tired of him already. But because you're.
But I'm not tired of him.
I get. This is the thing. If you do not want to have sex with the guy you're with, you're tired of him. You're not interested in him
But
like
I
that.
do.
No, but if you did, you would. You see,
Six, 7 figures, man. That's what she's
I do. But I see the long-term future.
right. So this is what I'm saying, man. Let me ask you a question. If you haven't eaten in a week, do you think that you'd be able to turn down a meal? That just be like, well, I'm just going to not eat.
But it's a false equivalent. If this man is so high value, he's so much.
He's
I'm
money.
scared to jeopardize this.
You're not. We don't want you to jeopardize it. We just want you to be honest with yourself and know that. Look, you're setting yourself up for the money bag, and that's okay because you know he's a sucker. You know he's a sucker. As soon as he took you back in, right? As soon as he took you back in without you giving him any dome or any kisses, you know in the back of your mind you had him, and you're just trying to figure out how to speed up the process so you can get his last name and his money without the prenup. That's all you're trying to do.
Right. And that's fine. All I'm just saying is that go ahead.
I'm saying he's so high value. Honestly, I'm thinking I'm getting scared because I'm I know, especially in the area that I'm living, I know I cannot be the only one. There's so many other women that are trying to get to him, and I'm just
no, but you know why you think this is why I'm gonna tell you why you think you're getting played. You think you're getting played because you're playing games.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's why you think you're getting played.
And here's the thing. See, here's the funny thing is because as soon as you figure out that the reason why he's doing what he's doing is because he's low value, then you're going to lose attraction. Maybe you're attracted to him now, but he's texting you every day and you haven't even kissed him. I mean, that I like that's I can't even tell you how pathetic that is as a man, right?
I just want to.
So it's but you think right now that that it's because he's got all these women chasing him. If he has all these women chasing him, he's not texting some girl that hasn't kissed him.
Exactly.
Okay? He's gonna be too busy to text you. You know what I mean? There's days where I don't text back anyone on my damn phone because I'm actually too fucking busy. You know what I mean? So as soon as you figure out that what he's actually doing is that he's not playing any games, he doesn't have all these women chasing him, and he's just doing whatever you want him to do, then you're going to lose attraction for him. But what you're doing, what you're trying to do is, but you're doing it the wrong way. So I know what you're trying to do, because I did a talk at the last convention I was at 22 convention, talking about how to nab a top 5% man. Okay. And what I talked about was not having sex on the first date. But what you have to do is you have to dangle the carrot. You have to like make it so if the guy invites you back to his place on the first date, then you got to say something like, oh, that would be, I would really like to go. That sounds like a great time, but I'm not going to do that on the first date, even though I would love to do it. Right. So that he still has that, you're still showing that interest. Right. And he knows that you're going to in the future. He knows, you see what I'm saying? So you have to dangle that carrot. But if you try to dangle it for a month, that's too far. It's like 2-3 dates maybe is the best that you can do. And then you have to keep on keeping him guessing about what your attraction level is to him. Keep treating him like a big strong man when you're around him, right? Keep doing those things where you're adding actual value to his life. Because a guy that's high value, what you want to do is you want to set yourself apart differently, so that like these other girls that he's with, it's not necessarily that you're holding out sex for a month, because a high value guy isn't going to allow you to hold out sex for a month. He's just not. It's just not going to be worth it to him. You see what I'm saying? Maybe for the first night, I agree. I think that is a solid plan if you're looking for long term, because that will screen out, that will put you in a different class. All right, but what you need to do is you need to be different from all the other girls by being an asset to his life, by showing how you add value to his life, making him feel more masculine around you, acting real feminine, wearing dresses on dates, like all of that kind of stuff, and that's going to win him over, right? But you're playing the wrong game, because you're not dealing with a high value guy. You think you are, but you're not.
I just want to know, prenup or no prenup. Which one are you going? When he asks for prenup, you going to tell him no or what? What's your thoughts on that?
I'm going to do whatever he asks me to do.
Okay, so you're cool with the prenup. So you get okay. That's the game. So you're cool with the prenup, right?
I guess I just have one other. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
I say you're cool with the prenup. You're gonna be cool with the prenup, right?
I'll do whatever he wants me to do. Honestly,
okay. Yeah,
that's just why I'm happy. If he wants that, fine. If he doesn't, that's fine too. But I guess my thing is, like, I understand about the making him feel masculine on dates, but like, how else can I add value? This man has a business. I mean, I have my own kind of knowledge about things, and like, I don't know what else. Like, any woman could wear a short dress to put on makeup and like make a man feel masculine, but how can I truly set myself apart and make myself unique?
Okay, when he's driving his car, unzip his pants and start sucking his dick.
Right, that's what I'm about to say.
When he says he's having a long day, come to his house with nothing on in a thing of beer and go into sucking his dick.
Right, because let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you exactly what's going to happen, right? Because you can add other things to his life, like, he's a businessman. You can figure out how can you help him in his business. Ask him these questions and be like, hey, I want to be of service to you and help you with those things. And that's going to be great. He might say, yeah, you could, this would be good if you do this. Or if you know that he's having trouble or issues with certain things, you can help him with those things. That's going to be all well and good. But the issue is this, though. What happens when he meets a girl just like you, just as pretty as you, just as, cool as you, you have a good personality just like you, right? And also, let's say you start helping him with his business or whatever, she's doing all that too, but guess what she's also doing? She's sucking his dick and you're not. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what's going to happen is what happens when a woman comes along who's doing everything you're doing, plus she's having sex with him?
Ooh,
that's the issue.
see you. Let us see you. Where's your Instagram?
Okay.
You have an Instagram?
Oh yeah, what's your Instagram, miss? What's your Instagram?
I want to remain a little anonymous.
Oh, come on. Don't treat us like your man. Come on.
We're trying to help you.
I think I'll send it. I think I'll probably follow up with a message. I'll send it privately because I do want more feedback and stuff. But
all right, email us at email me.
Get around it.
Email me at Ask Mr. Locario and send me your picture and information, and then I'll send it to Steve and John, and we'll see what's going on. But
yeah, we'll draw sticks,
right? But
Okay.
but what I'm telling you is understand. I get like what John was saying. Yeah, the first date, you ain't not gotta have sex with the guy on the first date. That's cool. But eventually you're going to have to do some sexual stuff, because what's going to happen at some point, because you're not doing that, that's going to make his interest dissipate, because he's going to start looking for other women who's doing the same exact thing as you, but they're also having sex with him. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you've dragged it out long enough. You understand? Like, literally, you should be calling him. Like, after you get off the phone with us, you need to text him or call him and say, yo, come through to my house, or I'm coming over your house right now, and I got knee pads on. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta do something.
Yeah,
Sex to happen. You understand?
Lay on the bed and stretch your hand out and get a good angle with your camera. Okay, you got to and spread your legs out. Lay on the bed and give him a nice shot of what he's going to be getting.
Exactly. I'm telling you.
Wow.
You have to, because you got him right where you want him.
Okay.
But you have to. I'm telling you, you can't string this dude along any further without some. Like, even if you don't, okay, at least freaking make out with this guy. You understand? Just start with that. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
You haven't even kissed this dude yet. This is ridiculous. You got to do something.
And don't pull that anymore. The not kissing on the first date is a bad move. That, like, the not having sex on the first date, if you're looking for something serious, like a guy that you're gonna lock down for marriage, that's I agree with that. That's great advice. But the not kissing on the first date, that's just you're gonna lose way more guys than that, because if you're really dealing with high value guys, they'll tolerate the not having sex on the first date if they're actually have high interest in you. But they're not going to tolerate the not kissing on the first date. That, like, any girl that did that, I would be like, come on.
Right.
Like, that's like the guy we just had called. I was like, the girl's like, I don't hug. Like, what is this? Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, if it's not going well, that's a different thing. Like, if some guy, like, if you need to dodge it, do a dodge move because it's not going well, and the guy suddenly just like tries to kiss you out of nowhere, that's a different story. But if things are going well, you're attracted to the guy and he tries to kiss you, you can't play it like that. That's it's not going to work out good for you.
How are your ball licking skills and your come in my mouth, like, dirty talk skills? How are those, ma'am?
Wait, I'm sorry. What was that?
I said, how are your ball licking skills and your come in my mouth, daddy, I'm all yours, dirty talk? How are your skills on that?
I don't have a lot of dating experience, I'll be honest. So I'm sure I can do it, but I need, like,
okay, go to the store and go get a cucumber. How many dildos do you have with you right now? How many dildos do you have in your drawer?
0.
Well, then go. Well, then you must be lying, because you're 29 years old. We know you play with your pussy, so don't lie to us. So if you hypothetically don't, go to the store and go buy a cucumber and start sucking on that a little bit and get some practice and chew a lot of gum, because you got a lot of work to do.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, you want us to tell you to have faith? You want us to lie to you? Oh, just believe. Hey, if you believe it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Is that what you want us to tell you? Have faith. Believe in yourself. It's gonna happen one day, girl, because you're valuable and you're special. Is that what you want us to tell you? Or you want us to tell you to get on your knees, learn how to lick a ball, suck a dick, and know how to swallow his nut? What you want?
I mean, I was thinking you guys were going to tell me, oh my God, you're going to play, he's playing you.
You're 29 years old. You're okay. Look at the calendar right now. Right now, your body's saying my metabolism is about to slow down. The crow's feet are coming in. I'm getting old, and the young girls are coming up. I need to learn how to suck a dick and know how to be the woman he needs to be, or I'm going to lose him to somebody younger.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
so just think, marinate on that. You know what I'm saying? Think about all the stuff he was telling you, and stop playing them games. You gotta open the leg sometime. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta open them legs sometime. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Give her that pussy.
Yeah.
You gave it before.
Thank you.
All right. We appreciate the call. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Oh man, that's what we be telling y'all with the whole. Right there. You see a woman who she's not attracted to this guy sexually at all, and she's like, she's like, look, this is a tactic. I'm purposely not having sex with him, and the reason why it's easy for her to do this because she's not sexually attracted to him, and based off the way he's acting, she can't be sexually attracted to him because he's okay with her saying no to the kissing. He's okay with her saying no, I'm not going to come to your house, and he's still interacting with her. Yeah. So it's crazy.
We should have asked her who she was having sex with right now, because
exactly.
Forgot to ask that.
Exactly, because she definitely is. She definitely having sex with somebody. Jesus Christ, man! Oh my goodness. But anyways, guys, get the likes up, people. Get the likes up. We got 350 people watching right now. We'll probably do another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we're gonna head up out of here. So, guys, if you want to call in, the number is 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. All right. Y'all got any more commentary on that? That shit was hilarious. I was like, man.
Well, even if she was a fake, see, this is what a lot of guys understand. Even if she was joking around or trolling, this is the average woman with the average guy. They are not looking at you as someone they want to sleep with. They're looking at you for financial gain because that's all you can offer them. Because how you stand on your principles. Most men of these guys don't have anything to stand on. So they do want the bag. They want the dinner. They want the drinks. It's almost time for the Christmas lights going up and all the other stuff. They're going to want those guys. And all they're going to do is what? Touch your arm, touch your leg, give you a hug, and send you a few photos. And that's all you're going to get. And see, y'all got to start learning how your time is. Because if she was dealing with a real man, her question would be like, well, damn, my pussy wet. How do I get this guy back? How do I suck his dick? Should I start from left to right or right to left? Because there's no way he's going to have my deal, have no time for me, man.
Right. At first I was like, I thought she was going to say, yeah, this guy started calling me because I refused to get him. I was like, oh, that's it then. But when she's talking about he kept calling back, and it's funny because she said that she begged him back. So at first he was going to stop, and then he came back because and I'm sure she promised him some other stuff, or she probably pretended she was going to do something and then didn't do it, or whatever it is, or she probably did a little something but didn't want to say. So there's certain things that she was probably leaving out also. You understand? Because, a lot of times they're not going to tell you the whole story. But I want you guys to pay attention to that, though, because on a number of times she said, oh, well, he's very resourceful, meaning resources. You understand? He has stuff together. So she's looking for someone that, I can have this guy to provide for me. And understand this, guys, when a woman is sexually attracted to you, she can't help but have sex with you. If she can help not having sex with you, that means she's not sexually attracted to you. Because nobody has that much willpower. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody has that much willpower to be like, yeah, I'm going to just not, you understand what I'm saying? Like do anything. Right. And the only way they have that willpower is because she's just not sexually attracted to him. But she's really attracted to the resources, the fact that she sees that he could be a stable guy, the fact that she knows that, he's there. And the only reason why she felt like she might be getting played is because she's playing games, and she's also wondering, damn, is this guy really that lame that he's going to continue to deal with me after I'm doing all this shit? So she's wondering there has to be something else he's doing because he can't be this lame. But we're trying to tell her, yes, he is. He actually is that lame.
He doesn't have women. He doesn't have any women. Because if he had women, he wouldn't be cupcaking her ass like he is. Yeah. See, the thing is, and I keep telling you guys, these women are always going to tell you they want a man that doesn't have anybody. That's their one. I want a single guy. The worst guy she wants, she really wants someone who has somebody, because having a woman comes with experience. She doesn't want the guy that doesn't have anybody. She thinks she wants that. That's why she's going after the resources instead of talking about how she should be riding that motherfucker's dick.
Facts.
And this is why you guys have to learn game. Otherwise, you're going to be this dude.
Exactly. Facts.
Yeah.
Let's go to 646 real quick, and this will be the last call, and we head up out of here. 646 was popping. Who's this?
Oh,
Yeah. 646. Is these niggas playing porn on the fucking thing?
It's the previous caller. She's taking our advice.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm finally doing the sex. Oh my God. Hilarious. Anyway, so guys, that's pretty much it, man. So guys, remember to go to badboymembership.com right now to join the Bad Boy membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Also, the Game Kings is on the Bad Boy membership. Remember, you guys can watch the Game Kings right now. If you don't watch it now, you can also wait till November 27th, Black Friday. That's when it's dropping officially. So John and Steve, you guys can shout out all your stuff.
Oh, go ahead, Steve.
Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you, thank you, Lucario and Bulldog, for having me on. Guys, go to the Man Mindset, and if you're new, go click on the free startup kit. We have nothing but receipts to show you the lifestyle that you can have. Also, I think myself and Lucario got something with Donovan later on tonight.
Right.
And then, guys, I just want to let y'all guys know my Mindset dogs. We're gonna do a show later on tonight as well on Yakology 101. So go ahead and subscribe. To go to the youtube.com/Steve Williams. That's how long I've been in this thing, or just go to the Man Mindset and go from there. But thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And you can check me out at bulldogmindset.com. Just go when you go there, there'll be a little pop-up for the Bulldog quiz. Give you your Bulldog score. Go check that out. Go take the quiz, and I'll give you a score from 0 to 100, let you know if you're a Bulldog or not. And and then I'll send you some videos and everything to help raise that score.
That's what's up. So guys, make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We are